Hey everyone! So, you know how I've been talking about a slabbing video for months at this point? Yeah, that's this video. I'm very hopeful to see what we get out of these. There's some very, very nice rocks in here, so let's just take a look. We may or may not add some more to this. I honestly am not sure yet, but these are the 9 I am initially looking at, and they are all super freaking nice. So we have 3 agatized wood, 3 jaspers, and 3 Montana agates. Depending on how long it takes to get through these, or how much time the video ends up being, I may or may not add more. I'm not sure yet. We've got this one right here, which is some super brecciated wood. So all of that stuff in between the wood grain is actually chalcedony. Then we got this one, which is so nice. Put all the druzy pockets in there. That is some insanely agatized wood. Look at that. I mean, wood that glows is always a good day, but this one, like, you found it just that one face, you'd think it was an agate. It's so nice. I love it. And this one, which I might be most excited about when it comes to the petrified wood, that is crazy brecciated wood. So you can see, like, little traces of wood grain, but the majority of it is actually chalcedony. And I've cut a few that look like this, and they are just insane. So I'm very excited to see what that one's gonna look like. Then we've got this jasper right here, which has a bunch of color and a bunch of chalcedony. So it's gonna be really, really pretty, I think. This one right here, which I am really excited to see what those slabs are gonna look like, because it's got like green inside of it, but that yellow is just so rich and the texture is so bizarre. So I think we're gonna get some good slabs out of that one. And this one, which has some super bold colors, really, really interesting textures. It's just gonna be nice. And for the agates, we have this really, really nice one. Super dark, like super dark. Nice bands, nice moss. So I don't know what to expect. I'm actually kind of hopeful for a little bit of iris in this one, potentially in this area. This insanely nice one that I found over the summer. I just can't get over how nice this one is. It actually has a ton of banding in there hiding beneath the moss. So I don't know. I really don't want to cut too much of this one. This is so nice that I want like at least this back to be, you know, saved for specimen so I can polish it later, but I would like to get at least one slab out of it. I don't know. We'll see how I feel after I cut it. And this one right here, which I'm really hopeful will fit in my saw. I know if I can load it this way it will. I think it would be too tall if I did it this way. There is so much going on inside that agate. Really nice bands that are really kind of milky, which is a good sign for iris. There's a bunch of moss. Like, this is just, it's a good one. That and it's like 7 pounds. This one is one of my top 5 biggest agates, so yeah, I'm excited to actually finally get into some of those. So, to start, I think we're gonna do this piece of petrified wood, and I don't know yet how I want to load it. I was hoping I could get a slab or two that, like, lengthwise, but I think it might just be better to just try to get a bunch this way. So let's go load it up. All right, first one is done, and I'm already liking where this video is headed. Look at how freaking cool that is. There is just so much. Oh, calm down there, camera. Look at all the detail in there. There are so many little agate pockets. Wow. Okay, that is gorgeous. Knew it was going to be cool, but I think it's even nicer than I was expecting. That is so cool. And then we've got this entire half left. Beautiful end cap, and then there's all this stuff. So I can either cut it more or let it sit where it is and maybe polish it later, I don't know. Alright, well, I've made the mistake enough times doing slabbing videos that you don't start easy and progressively get harder and harder and harder. Because otherwise, my blade gets really, really mad at me, and every cut takes like exponentially longer than the last one. This time, we're gonna jump from the smallest petrified wood to the second biggest jasper, so that I have something easy to come back to later and give my blade a break. So we're gonna cut this one. I expect good things. All right, that one's done, and it took forever, if I'm being honest, using a new flashlight, and it is providing much better light in this one than the last ones. That is really, really different. How pretty is that, though? That is just bizarre. That does not at all look how I thought it was going to. Because when you look at the outside, it's just like such a bright yellow that I wasn't expecting such an olive tone inside. The way I had to position it, and I didn't want to waste the rock, so I just got, oh gosh, one thick slab that I can do something with later. You know, I can always go back and cut more off the rock, but check this out. I'm just noticing this. Look at this crazy ripple pattern inside of the rock. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. All right, time to do an agate. I think we're gonna do this one. I'm gonna try to get it this way, I think. I don't know, Montana agates are kind of harder because it kind of just depends on how the clamp wants to behave. I think that'll be the best way to cut it though, is this way. So let's go let it in. All right, our first agate is done. And wow, that is a little bit beautiful. Unfortunate that it is so fractured, but man, I don't even care because I'm probably gonna be cutting this down for cabs anyway. See, I left some of those slabs pretty thick, and there's just some fantastic detail in there. Certainly some landscapes waiting to happen. That is gonna be a little bit beautiful. Again, wish it was a little less fractured, but hey, it's all good. And then here's our cutoff, so we still have quite a bit of that rock left. Okay, so we are going to do another piece of petrified wood next. Which one though? Which one do I want to do first? Let's do this one first. That is gonna be amazing, I think. It's gonna do the other one, but I think the other one's gonna be even nicer. So yeah, let's go load it up. Before I can do that though, I gotta address that blade. It's starting to cut really slow. You know, it's been a nice change of pace cutting a bunch of stuff that isn't Montana rocks. But at the same time, it's like, it makes me a little bitter when I come back to my Montana rocks. It's like, why do all of my local rocks have to be so much harder than everything else? Petrified wood is fine for the most part, but man, those Jaspers are brutal, and those Montana agates are just unforgiving. All right, I knew that one was gonna be nice. Still wasn't prepared for just how nice. Here's the heel. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Look at that. That takes the word agatized wood and yeah, quite literally. That's insane. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Look at the detail in here. Oh my goodness, that is so freaking pretty. That is insane. I cannot even believe that. In those agate pockets, it literally looks like a Montana agate. Because it's got all the dendrites in the color. That is insane. Yeah, again, I knew that was going to be a good one, but I don't think I was ready for just how good it is. Wow. And we still have this entire other piece of the rock left. Alright, so we've got this Jasper next. It's pretty uniform as far as appearance all the way around, so I don't think it really matters how we load it in. So I guess let's see what we get. Alright, that one's done, and as is typical for Montana Jaspers, it did not look how I expected it to. Really pretty, lots of color, but definitely not how I thought it was going to look based on the outside. There was a bunch of those chalcedony bands, but they didn't actually go very deep. They didn't really permeate through the rest of the rock like I was expecting. That being said, we did get a pleasant surprise, that being a beautiful little smoky pocket. Got a really good, I think it's this one. That one really has nice little smoky pocket in there. Need to clean it out still, obvious, but that is so cool. All right, we're gonna do this one next. I still am not quite sure what I want to do. I think, oh, I don't know, man. I want to cut it enough to get a face on it, but I also see some really, really good banding inside of that moss, so I guess we'll cut a little and see how I feel. I don't know. This is a tough one because I want slabs from this rock, but it's also so nice that I want it to be left as a specimen, at least partially. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Probably just gonna face it, but I still want a little, which if I face it, I can cut it back to here. They won't be complete slabs, but everything on this end will still be usable for whatever I want to use it for. So I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's load it in. All right, that one is done. And to say I am satisfied would be quite the understatement. It is so pretty. Beautiful bands, but so much moss. So freaking much moss. Again, I got one complete slab. But I'm honestly happy with these because they are perfect for coming back to cab later. That is so freaking pretty. Got one extra thick just so that I could come in from different angles when I come back to cab it. Man, that's so pretty. Look at how gorgeous that agate is. There's just so much moss in there. All the dendrites. So yeah, we can definitely do something with that later. And then this is the rest of the rock. As you can see, I barely just leveled the face. That's all. That's why all those slabs are not like, you know, a whole face, because I was just shaving down until I got to this pocket. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's so blue. That's amazing. Well, I am beyond happy with that one. On to the last set. So we're going to be doing this piece of agatized wood next, and oh my gosh, this is going to be awesome. I've cut a few that are super brecciated like this, and you really never know what you might wind up with. I have high hopes. I think it should be pretty good. For example, this was a brecciated that I cut, and it turned out to be one of the bluest rocks I own. So yeah, there's no knowing what we might wind up with. So let's go load it in. All right, that one is done, and that might be one of the coolest pieces of petrified wood I've ever cut. So I did 2 angles actually. One with the end grain. Look how wild that is. It's crazy. If I didn't see the rest of the rock, I would never believe that this is petrified wood. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and some of the like detail inside of the cellular structure, it's just so pretty. I love it so much. But then I flipped it and cut a few lengthwise. You can really see the wood grain in these pieces. That is so cool. There must be a fold of wood grain right there because my light is not shining through it. That is so freaking pretty. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's amazing. And because I cut it the way I cut it, now I have this awesome specimen with a little bit of, that's the end grain, and then this is the side. It's so nice. Left the rest of it raw. See, on these sides you can really see the wood grain pattern. It's just a bizarre one. Like clear signs of wood, but as you can see from the inside, I don't even have words to describe it. It's just weird. It's so cool though. Alright, so on to the last Jasper, and I actually made the decision to swap it out. It's very large, so it would take a very long time to cut, and I just don't think it's going to be that crazy. So I grabbed this one, which is considerably smaller, but is also super brecciated, and there's a ton of reds in there, so I think this is going to be a really pretty one. So I guess let's find out. Alright, it is done, and I'm glad I went with that one. It's much smaller than the other one I was going to do, so the slabs naturally are smaller, but I think we got way prettier slabs out of this one than we were going on the other one. I'll still probably cut the other one at a later date, but oh my goodness, that is so pretty. Check this one out. That is gorgeous. Yeah, I think that is more unique. The other one was just going to be kind of more of the same of what we've already cut. This one's very different though. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. That's going to make some very, very pretty cabs. There's another one. Oh, you going to focus? Please? There we go. See some of those chalcedony veins in this one. Nice rich red color. This like fade from the reddish orange down to the yellow is so cool. Alrighty, we have one more to go. And I saved it for last because it's also probably going to take the longest to cut. I want to get this face, but as long as it is, I don't know if it's going to fit my clamp. I think it's definitely too tall to fit this way, which would be much more secure. I might be able to fit it this way. I honestly don't know. We might have to shave a heel off of each side so it'll fit a little better. I don't know. Wish me luck. I really have high hopes for this one. Okay, man, the big agate is done, and oh my gosh, am I happy. So first off, here it is. Oh gosh. And it's flipping beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful bands. Love the eye over here. That perfect circle is just awesome. And yeah, quite a bit left of that rock. It's too big to fit in the clamp in any direction, so, well, any of the directions I wanted it to. So I cut a heel off of each side, and I started seeing some stuff that looked very intriguing. So I cut a thin little slab. Let me see how I'm going to get this to behave. And I saw a little flicker of something that had me intrigued. So now that it was thin enough to load the way I wanted to, I cut the face heel off. Went kind of thick with that one because it's super freaking nice, and I'm definitely going to be cutting some cabs out of that. That is going to be so freaking pretty. But then I was free to start slabbing, and what I found was amazing. That is a huge iris agate. Oh, that's so cool. That is freaking awesome. Here, let me get a little closer. That is so pretty. That's a huge pocket of iris, too. The bands aren't super big, but there's so many of them that it looks so good. Here, let me get another one. Got a few really nice and thin. Oh, it's so pretty. So, I think the weight on that one was 7 pounds, if I'm remembering correctly. It's like in my top 5 biggest agates, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, 7-pound iris. I'll take that happily. Oh, it's so pretty. It's got all the moss and good stuff over there. Yeah, that's a win. I would call that one a success for sure. Man, we didn't have a single dud out of any of the rocks we cut today. That's just crazy. Alrighty, well, that's all of them. Man, that is one happy looking pile of cut rocks. I seriously cannot believe that we did not get a dud out of any of them. Like, they were all just so freaking nice. Successful slabbing session, I would say. That's an alliteration. Not just successful, I would say more than successful. I mean, every single one of these is just crazy. Still can't get over this one. That is so freaking nice. I guess I'm gonna pick some rocks out for the next slabbing video, which will be at some point in the future. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this one. I know I put this video off probably way longer than I should have, but I'm happy I did because we accrued some absolutely fantastic rocks to cut in this video, and I'm just blown away by the results of some of these things. Like, that's a huge iris slab. Like, that's crazy. And agatized wood and the colorful jaspers and the agates, it's just, yeah, good day. I would say very successful cutting. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite. Mine was either the mammoth iris, the crazy agatized wood, or this one, because this is just so nice. So freaking nice. Honestly, there's no wrong answers this time though. They're all super nice. I have a stockpile of hunt videos, so I'm gonna be releasing those slowly throughout the winter, just so you guys have hunts all winter long. That way, you don't have to wait until April or whenever Montana decides to finally calm down again. But in the meantime, I have some lapidary videos to come and some silversmithing. I got my faceting machine touched up and running, so we're probably gonna be faceting some sunstones fairly soon. And always cutting, always some rock cutting to come. But yeah guys, I think that's gonna do it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time.